Hello, I would like to welcome you in my virtual class. Today I have brought social study of grade 9, and the subject matter or the topic which I am going to discuss today is the development of society and its type. So first of all, let us understand what is society. The term society is derived from Latin word socius, which means a friendship or a relationship. In other words, if we want to know the definition of society, then we can say society is a group of people living in a particular geographical area for achieving common aims and objectives. Now you see, the society is not possible without individual. So let us know about it. A society without individuals and individuals without society cannot be imagined. Hence, existence of an individual and a society is not possible without each other. They are interrelated. We have to depend on the society, and society cannot be made without an individual. We need group of people to make a society, isn't it? Now, let us come to characteristics of society. Aristotle had said, man is a social animal. It means what? It means a man cannot live without society, because we need different types of supports, help, and different things. You can understand about it. You have read in previous class also. Now, firstly, society is based on relationship. It means there are different types of relation in society. All the relations of a society is not similar. They have, every society or every individual has different relation. Just take an example of a family. Now, the relation between brother and sister is different. The relation between husband and wife is different. The relation between parents and the children is also different, and so on. Now you come to second point. Secondly, society depend upon likeness and differences. Just assume now, if everyone looks same, if everyone start to think in a similar way, a society cannot run. So there will be very difficulties if the case arises in that way. So differences is also very much necessary. Thirdly, interdependence. Man cannot depend on oneself. We have to interdepend with one another. As you know that as we start to grow up, slowly, when we grow up, the needs and desire also start to increase. Because everything we need or desire, we cannot produce by ourselves. We need to interdepend with each other. That is why interdependence is very much necessary. Society is abstract. It is the web of relationship. Society is a web of relationship which we cannot touch it. We can only feel. Now, fifth point, that is cooperation. In a society, we live together, and if there is no cooperation within us, then we cannot live happily and peacefully. Next, sixth point, that is conflict. Conflict arises when there is misunderstanding or inequality. To maintain peace and progress in a society, we need to have equality and talk with people properly. Society is dynamic and it is changeable every time. Every society changes within a phase of time, because old traditions are replaced with new traditions, and it goes on in a similar way. Next is population. Now you see, population is very necessary to make a society. Without population, we cannot make a society. Just imagine if there is no population in certain place, you cannot say that there is a society. Now, point number 9, it is of permanent nature. Permanent nature. Society is a permanent nature. It never collapses. People will come, people will go, people will take birth, they will expire, and it goes on. It is a continuous process. Life cannot stop. So that is why it is said that it is of permanent nature. Next is society is a network or web of social relationship. Discuss development. Development is the positive and progressive change that occurs in any situations. Change in the wants and desires of human beings, society are being complex and diversified day by day. So now you come to the features of development of society. If we talk about the features of development of society, we need gender equality, then only a society can get developed. Next is collective change. If you only try to change, then development is impossible. Everybody should have good thinking, then only there will be a collective change. Next is fair judicial systems. If the judicial systems, or if people are given with proper justice, then there will be fair running government with peace and progress. Next is religious equality. It is a very burning issue these days. Every religion have their own rights. Every religion people, they can start, yes or no? So religious equality should also be there. Next is process of transformations and so on. Now I will come to the types of society. Divide the types of society. The society is based on lifestyle and occupation. Hunting and gathering society. Hunting and gathering society demonstrate the strongest dependence on the environment. As the basic structure of human society until about 10,000 to 12,000 years ago, these groups were based around can-shifter tribes. Hunters gathered, relied on their surroundings for survival. People live by hunting wild animals and gathering foods for survival. No social relations like family, marriage, relative, etc. There was no division of labor. They live a life of nomadic, and the size of population was very small and sparse. People, they are only the consumers, not the producers. They use primitive technology such as stone weapons for hunting wild animals. They go from one place to another hunting the animals for their survival. Life was very hard in those days. Now come to next point, pastoral or animal rearing society. Roughly, if you assume 7,500 years ago, human society began to recognize their ability to breed animals and to grow their own plants. Due to the growth of population in hunting and gathering foods become insufficient, and the people started to rear animal. As a result, hunting and gathering society shifted into pastoral society. That means they started to rear animals, they started to domesticate animals, and they started to depend on those animals for their survival. Now come to horticultural society. Horticultural society, it is a method of growing various fruits. So in the horticulture society, after the animal rearing society, they found that everything is not okay still. So they started to grow various fruits for livelihood. In this type of society developed after the pastoral society. When the food became insufficient or for the growing population, the people started to grow various fruits for consumptions. So many society shifted into horticulture society. Such a society is still in existence in Nepal, you can find. Now you come to agrarian or agricultural society. It is a society whose economy is primarily based on producing crops and maintaining farmlands. This type of society was developed first in Egypt. There are two classes of people in agricultural society. They are the landowners, and another is farmer or peasants. In this society, people started the art of cultivations and to store the food items in the crisis hours. So people started to, that is why this is known as agricultural society. This society is primarily based on producing crops and maintaining farmlands. This type of society was first developed in Egypt. There are two classes of people in agrarian society or agricultural society. They are the landowners or feudal class and the peasant or farmers. Though many agrarian society shifted to industrial society after the industrial revolution, most of the societies in the world still depend on agriculture. Now come to next, that is industrial society. So industrial society is a modern society. Now you can see here industrial society which uses advanced technology to run agriculture and industries for a large productions for consumption and trade. I hope you have understood. Now classification of society on different basis. If we talk about economy, it was divided into three parts, that is capitalist, socialist and mixed. If we talk about religion, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim and so on. If we talk about settlement, there were two settlements, that is rural settlement and urban settlement. Next is language. Language is also divided in three parts, that is unilingual, bilingual and multilingual. Next is time. Time is divided in three parts, that is ancient time, medieval time or modern time. So I hope you all understood whatever I have explained. I have tried my best to summarize the lesson in a very short and describe you. Thank you so much for watching my video. Keep loving me, subscribe my channel and press the notification bell icon so that you can get notified when I upload my next video. Thank you so much.